Hi, my name is Miriam. Welcome. I'm here to talk to you about foot care during the summer and running season. So the first thing I'd like to discuss with you is taking care of your nails. Very often people don't like to take care of the nails or they'll let them grow without really thinking about how to cut them. If you're thinking about running, especially if you're going into long distances, then it's very important to take good care of them because they can really change the health of your feet a lot. I've seen a lot of marathon runners whose nails have fallen off, who they've turned black or cracked in half, and it's really not something that's pretty to look at. And you don't want to be stuck wearing socks and closed shoes all summer long because it can get very warm. So the first thing you'll need is a toenail clipper. When you cut your toenails, you want to make sure that there's barely any white visible on the actual nail. The reason for this is usually when it's white, it means it's too long and it can cause extra friction with the shoe. You can put your finger on the top of your toe like this, and if you feel the nail hitting your finger, then you know that it's too long. After you've cut your nails, the next tool that's a very good idea to use is a nail file. You want to make sure that the nails are smooth and that there aren't any jagged edges that can cut you, cause extra friction with the socks or the shoes. And let's face it, if you accidentally hit somebody with a nail with jagged edges, it can really hurt a lot. Your third step is to take a cuticle cutter. If you're the type of person who has a lot of extra skin around the edges, then the best thing to do would be to take the cuticle cutter and just trim the extra skin that's around the toe. Now, be very careful when you do this. You don't want to cut too much and cause any bleeding for having gone too deeply. Your third step is a foot file. All of these tools you can get at any pharmacy or through any esthetician that does manicures and pedicures. The foot file is great for people who have a lot of calluses on their feet in different areas. The calluses are actually there to protect your own skin and protect your foot. They will form wherever there's extra friction on your actual foot. But an excess of the calluses will also increase your chances of having painful deep blisters and also cracks in your foot, which can also increase your risk for infections. So you want to soak your feet for a bit, and then you want to take your foot file and really scrub your foot with it. You can do this a little bit every couple of days to make sure that there isn't an excess of the calluses. If you live by a beach, then you can just walk on the sand, and sometimes that is a free exfoliant that nature just gives you. When you do go running and you come back, or after a shower or after swimming, it's very important to, number one, let your shoes and your socks dry properly to make sure that there isn't any extra bacteria that will grow in there. And also when you dry your feet, make sure you also dry between the toes. And this is something that's very important that will keep your foot healthy. When you're using any of your pedicure tools, also always make sure that you clean them afterward. And if somebody else in your household is using them at the same time, then make sure you clean them and disinfect them also before you use them. Just because if they have an infection on their foot, you don't want it to be passed to you. Now, the next thing that we'll be talking about is some of the stretches that you can do for your foot to keep it healthy. We remember to stretch everything except our feet. And our feet are the body parts that take the most beating out of our day when we're running, when we're walking, when we're working, because we're always standing on them. And we don't always wear shoes that are very comfortable. So you want to take your foot and pull it straight with the rest of your leg, and this here will help you stretch all the top part of your foot. After you've done that for about 30 seconds, you can take your toes and pull your foot back like this. This will go and stretch out all of your plantar muscles, helping you if you do have soreness under your foot. You can also stretch to help decrease any pain that you might be having in your feet, your Achilles tendon, because the tendon does attach at the back of your ankle here, and so if that is inflamed or bothering you, then it can bother your foot also. That being said, to keep your Achilles tendon healthy, it's also important to choose the right shoes when you do go running. I would suggest you go to a store that actually specializes in running shoes and has people that can help you choose the right ones. You have your minimalists, you have your super supportive shoes, and then you have some shoes that are supposed to be very supportive but have too much give in them. So keep in mind, it's better to have a minimalist shoe that allows your foot to use its own kinesthesia in order to run and move you forward than having a shoe that has zero support and zero kinesthesia, because this takes away your support and your body's ability to control your movements. Also, be careful with the heel. If you have a heel that has too much give under it, then what will occur as you run, your foot will always hyperextend, causing your Achilles tendon to overstretch all the time and can cause an Achilles tendonitis. If you're starting to feel an Achilles tendonitis coming on, then it would be a good idea to stretch your calf 5 to 10 times a day for a minute each time. Then, aside from that, if you're trying to go the route of minimalist shoes, but you've never had a shoe that had zero support before, what I suggest you do is slowly start incorporating the minimalist shoes into your running routine. So that means if you're used to running 50 kilometers a week, then start by 5 for a few weeks, then go up to 10, and keep increasing in increments like that. Switching over too quickly could cause you to have shin splints in your leg, and that's really not fun. Another good tip for your feet, after you've done all of this at-home care, is to put a good cream on your foot to keep them hydrated at night before you go to bed. So keeping your feet healthy like that is one of the ways to ensure that you're going to have a healthy and happy running season during the summer, fall, and spring, and for some people even in the winter months. If you have any questions or you do need a sports massage, you can always contact me at 514-759-1017 at Salon and Spa Euphoria. So I really hope you have a good running season and a healthy and happy summer. Have a great day. Thank you very much.